Tuesday, July 26, 6:45 p.m. Folks, I can say with my limited knowledge, but from what I've been able to research, we are looking at a very unusual situation here. So much so that I am a little bit making this report earlier than I had intended to, but when I saw what was developing during the day, I began to wonder what is going on here. And when I say what is going on, you can clearly see over the Indian Ocean, China, India, Saudi Arabia, Africa. This is beginning to have a very unusual look to it. I don't think there's a question any longer of, is there a mixing of the North and the South? That is undisputed. The answer is yes. What I don't understand, and I'll put this out here for all the viewers, you tell me, does it look like we don't have three jet streams? And I don't believe the argument, by the way, that has been used, well, that this is a normal intermixing at the equator. No, this is no longer a slight intermixing at the equator. We're now getting above the Tropic of Cancer up here. We are seeing the northern branch of the jet stream, and let me just give you a look here. So here we can take it from the pole view and get an idea of what the northern jet stream looks like. It looks convoluted to me. You can make your own determination, but I see clearly a lot of disruption to our jet stream. Again, I'm not a professional or certified meteorologist, but I am an observer. And you don't need a whole lot of data points to begin to say, okay, what is normal? What's an abnormal? Well, I would say that even at this time where we're at the peak of the summer season, the sun is beginning to head to the south, and our jet stream up here will become more defined. But there is some clear breaks in it. Look at this. This is a clear break. So let's take this now, this view, and bring it down. And again, I am seeing three jet streams. Northern, southern, what do we call this one? Mid-hemisphere? Might be a new name. But again, we can see clearly there is something really going on here. And I really wish I knew what the long-term implications are, but no doubt we will continue to see these extremes in the weather. So what I thought I'd do as well tonight is add some more additional features in. Here is a map of the live lightning strikes, and you can see the United States is, of all the other countries, is just getting pounded. I like this map, by the way, because I think what it actually allows you to do is really get close, and you can actually see the fault lines in the oceans. This is Chile. Chile right now is just being hammered by earthquake after earthquake, and not small ones. We're talking, 5, 6, 7s. This is a lot of the area. And if we go up here, you can begin to see in the Atlantic. Now you can actually see the fractures of the Earth's mantle. Look over here in the United States. So this is a great map. Another one allows us to see what is in real time. We can look, for instance, in the Indian Ocean. And again, look at the size of these quakes here. So 5.4, 5.2, 5.4, 4.6, 5.2. So again, there is just a lot of, well, I find interesting things happening all at the same time in this particular region. And this region here that we can now see, that jet stream, how it flows up, comes around right there. I believe that's the Red Sea, I think, coming into Korea, coming across India, again hitting right up here into Saudi Arabia, coming across Africa, and then crossing down to the lower jet stream. Someone, had said that, talking about gravity compression. I think that these are all things that we really need to think about, because it's very obvious, and I'll pull this in so we can actually see what I'm beginning to see. And many of you who have been following me from the beginning where I started this, are you not seeing just numerous interactions? I mean, if you follow these streams, these columns of air, it's amazing. You have one who's coming up here, right? And you just saw what I did. So this one's going to get caught up in here, and there's like a, I don't know what this would be. My best, when I look at that, I used to do a lot of rappelling in my younger years, and that looks to me to be like a nice little cliff, a waterfall. But you can just see the power of the air when it hits this. Let's see if we can actually pull up on this closer. You can just, there you go. Look at that. And then it comes up here, rides over, and then gets caught into here, and then well, there you go. And look how much this pressure area has actually deepened. So I think that we need to be aware of what's going on. We will definitely find out if this is going to have any effect in the near future. If it does, and I'll start watching for weather anomalies, particularly in this region, and certainly make sure that you take stills of this, because this may be unprecedented. Someone had talked about, was it Brother Paul, John Paul? And before he went home, he had spoken about a prophecy that where the jet stream would split. You tell me, does that look like a split to you? My vote is yes. Let me know in your comments. All right, we'll talk soon.